clothes and people. What colour does a bride wear at her wedding? White, of course, but also other colours like red, gold, or black. Most brides at Western weddings wear a white dress, but it was not always like this. 200 years ago, rich British brides wore expensive new dresses for the wedding, and other brides wore their best dress. Blue was a popular colour, but red and black were not. Everything changed in 1840 at the wedding of the British Queen Victoria to Prince Albert. Victoria wore a white dress and had white orange blossom, flowers from the orange tree, in her hair. White dresses were soon very popular, and a lot of brides wear long white dresses today. The next most popular colour around the world is red. It is a lucky colour for brides in China and India. In India and Sri Lanka, women sometimes wear beautiful clothes with gold in them too. And a traditional Spanish bride wears an expensive black wedding dress. Many brides wear a veil. This goes over the bride's head and face, and is often white. In some African countries, the bride has a veil of hair over her face. Brides in India and China often wear a red veil. In a Western wedding, after the bride and groom are married, the groom takes the veil off the bride's face. What colour clothes does the groom wear? Usually, the answer is a black or dark suit. But not always. In Hawaii, the groom wears a long white shirt and trousers. At a traditional Korean wedding, the groom wears red or blue with a tall black hat. In Spain, the bride traditionally embroidered a beautiful shirt and gave it to the groom. He wore this new shirt at his wedding. The Roman bride had her pronuba to help her, and today's bride has helpers too. These are the bridesmaids. Usually, they are friends of the bride, or sisters of the bride or groom. A married bridesmaid is called a matron of honour, and a very young bridesmaid is called a flower girl. Young boy helpers are called page boys. The bridesmaids stay with the bride before and during the wedding. They help her to put on her clothes and to remember everything. In earlier times, the bridesmaids and the bride wore the same dresses and veils. When evil spirits came near the wedding, they could not find the bride because the dresses were all the same. The groom's helpers are called groomsmen, and they help him before and at the wedding. The most important groomsman is the best man, usually the groom's brother or his best friend. The best man stays with the groom, carries the rings, and is a witness. In some countries, the best man is an older man, often a married man. He helps the bride and groom in their new life, too, not just on the day of the wedding. Traditional ceremonies. It is the day of the wedding. Family and friends come together for the ceremony. There are lots of different ceremonies, of course, but some things happen all over the world. In a traditional Western wedding, the groom, the families, and all the other guests come to the church first and wait there for the bride. The groom doesn't usually see the bride on the morning of the wedding or the night before, because it is bad luck. The bride and her bridesmaids arrive at the church together, often in a big, expensive car. Then some music begins to play, and the bride walks slowly into the church with her father. In the ceremony, the father gives the bride to the groom, and the bride leaves her family and makes a new family with the groom. The wedding officiant asks the man, "Do you take this woman to be your wife?" He answers, "I do." The officiant then asks the woman, "Do you take this man to be your husband?" And she answers, "I do." In many ceremonies around the world, the couple drink from the same cup. In China, the bride and groom drink wine from special cups. Then they give the cups to each other and drink again. In Bulgaria and Russia, the couple drink 3 times from the same glass. And in France, they have wine from a very beautiful cup, a coupe de mariage. This special cup stays in the family for many years. In Japan, the bride and groom have a drink called sake. The groom drinks first, then the bride, and then the parents of the couple drink too. Because the bride and groom are beginning a new life together, in many countries, someone ties the couple together. In a Hindu ceremony, a white thread goes around the couple 5 times. In Cambodia, every guest carefully ties a thread around the couple's hands. And in Thailand, 2 white threads go between the heads of the bride and groom. The Hopi people of Arizona, in the USA, cut some hair from the bride and some from the groom. They then tie the hair together, and the couple are married. In many countries, rings are a very important part of the ceremony. Sometimes only the bride gets a ring, and sometimes the bride and the groom have a wedding ring. But, of course, rings aren't a new thing. Thousands of years ago, Egyptian grooms gave a ring to their brides. And the Romans had wedding rings too. In some traditional ceremonies, the man or the woman breaks something. At a Jewish wedding, the groom breaks a glass with his foot. This brings good luck. In Bulgaria, the bride quickly throws a plate to the ground. When the plate breaks, it gives the couple good luck too. In many countries, the bride and groom write their names in a special book, and the witnesses write their names too. In a Muslim wedding, the bride and groom put their names on a special paper called the Nikaahnama. In a Western wedding, the couple write their names in the special book near the end of the ceremony. Then music plays, and the newly married husband and wife leave the ceremony together with their friends and families.